Alrighty then, everybody. So we are back. We are doing things. Like I stated last week, the party is now at level 15. You guys each told me something interesting that you can do now.
Ooh, action surge.
Well,
To be fair, that means you can now hit something like 8 times in one turn.
yeah, so you will hit them 8 times.
Your attack bonus is dumb.
Yeah, your attack bonus is kind of dumb.
What's your attack bonus?
11.
Um,
I mean, I have an attack bonus of 10. It's not, so it's not that much more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But getting those incremental things is
significantly different.
It's like stacking armor class. The higher it goes, the harder it is to get it further up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, so, as you destroyed the soul of the new phylactery, the being slumping through and falling into the middle of the pit, the entire plane breaking and cracking and then allowing you to actually try and escape to another plane of existence with the assistance of Lasmina and the rest of the party. You're able to determine what would probably be the closest to where you need to go.
Brown on brown pants.
Brown on brown pants, I apologize. Rob, you're slacking.
I know.
Brown on brown pants, my
Sorry, I
dude.
was writing action surge.
I was writing action too. So you have now gotten to the point where, with Lasmina's help, you were able to find a dimensional portal to go back to the astral.
Sweet.
Unfortunately, you have landed face first in Kimbei's shop.
Okay. Primaries.
Yes. All the cranberries. Where I believe Granny Goodberry made a little bit of a mess.
Okay.
And where the rest of the party just decided to start healing because that was by no means a minor battle. So you're still in Kimbei's shop, and he is standing there saying, "What the fuck?" It's like, so.
What the fuck?
After which, Lumen said that he would clean up the mess.
I was fangirling.
You were fangirling. The rest of the
I was DMing a party whose their venturing company was named Sorry for the Mess.
sorry for the mess. I like that.
Sorry.
So, as you walk out into the city of Slant, again, this is a familiar scene. You have been here before and you have experienced these streets. It seems to be a little more hectic than it once was. No. What are you guys doing? You're cleaning inside, so we've already determined what you are doing. So, anyone else?
I'm gonna spend my time with Kimball.
Okay.
Most of my time.
You are. What are you doing with Kimbei?
Crazy.
Okay, so you're like bowing in front of him.
No, I'm going to try to, as intelligibly as I can, present my works thus far, seeking approval of said works.
Hey, Steven. Can I borrow Kimbei again? Can I borrow Kimbei again? Understood. So, we'll explain that again in a second. And we will see how he wishes to respond.
So you said it was Kembei's shop?
Correct.
So what does Kembei sell other than cranberries?
Cans.
Cans of cranberries.
Just cans of cranberries. Okay.
Well, one of the items that I believe you were there for, when Oren was here,
Okay.
He was brought to Kimbe's shop and was given a can of sword. It was a cranberry sword, but it was still a sword inside of the can.
Nice. Okay.
So, but yes, there are those kind of items inside the shop.
I see.
Your prodigy wishes to state that he's doing something with Kimbe. As you're saying, you're prostrating yourself in front of him.
Yeah, I was presenting my works thus far. When I have my
A Bible.
effectively a Bible of Kimbe to Kimbe, seeking approval.
Okay, Theodore. You have parchment with writing.
It's not very good writing. Most of the letterings are backwards.
And it's childlike handwriting, so like
It's-
one little letter, one real big letter.
Yes. It is not done well.
Do you have, or asking for any guidance, both in the word and how to spread said word. The word of cranberry.
Just give people cranberries. Are you
Not
alright?
hard.
I think so.
Can I say something out of character?
Yeah, go right ahead.
You see, I have some
You see that?
cranberries to
Can basically
spread.
get him to be like the ad boy, fire boy for the shop. that's the devotion.
Here you go, Timothy.
So no cranberries for
You always have cranberries.
Make a perception check.
23.
So you see, as Kimbe is saying, you always have cranberries. There seems to be a flourish of a little bit of magic from his hands. And he makes a reference to your bag. And as you pull out your bag, you see that the jug that you had, it seems to have an additional spout now on it.
An 11.
Yes.
11th?
An 11th spout.
It's an alchemy.
Oh, okay.
Cranberry juice, got it.
So it is cranberry. It's a cranberry. I'm gonna open it.
Okay.
Is it cranberries or cranberry juice?
It's both. It's the liquid and then actually the floating berries in it.
Okay, so it's like canned cranberry.
Exactly.
Like,
It's field cranberries.
okay. How many volumes?
It's a gallon.
Cranberries.
It's a gallon. That's it.
You're still here.
I am.
And Kimbe just proceeds to walk off.
Stumbles around all.
Can I help you here?
Well, you can help me clean up
Can I
the mess
help
we
you?
made.
Is there anything you'd like me to do? I'm here to serve you.
I didn't order this comic.
Okay. You want me to leave?
Okay, Thomas. Okay.
With that, you find yourself in the middle of the street. It seems that Kimbe has done another flourish of movements, and you're no longer in his shop. Thank you kindly. I just wanted to give you a little screen time.
What did you do to get kicked out of the shop? Transported out?
He got too embarrassed by all the flattery that he was feeling.
Oh, I see.
His audience
Yeah.
with his deity had concluded.
Got it.
Yeah.
Alright. So
Kimbe was too impressed with his devotion and had to send him away.
Nice.
Yes, these are words.
Is Kimbe still here?
Kimbe is still in the shop. The rest of you are there just very, very briefly. Lasmina is enamored, but proceeds not to say anything because she kind of made some assumptions now, and she doesn't want to deal with it. Oh yeah. It's like, I believe we should leave.
I've got up to the business here first.
Of course. I will be stepping outside.
I take Lasmina to go shopping for forks.
Oh, TV Force.
Yes, this is true. We should. We discussed we would. I have no problem with this.
Where should we meet up? Where should we meet up?
Well, we need a place to stay and recuperate. We don't have. Actually, no, wait, we do. The Misadventures is still here.
That's convenient.
It's been a while since Rob has been here, so I don't.
Guys,
Yes.
launch.
So this is where Rummage came from.
Oh, wait. We're in Slam.
Okay, now I'm
Cranberry.
got it.
I'd ask someone else, but I think nobody else actually understands this. So while I'm taking care of things here, can you go check on the Misadventure?
Oh, I plan to.
Okay.
The ship. The Misadventures, the ship.
Ship.
The very raggedy ship that you guys came in to slant.
Oh, alright.
That you
so,
have been traveling the astral plane on.
Oh, the one that was speaking?
No,
No,
that
that's
was
a
in the.
different game. Okay. So that's not where Rummage's organization is.
No, he is at a center plaza where they had the casino, the fighting arena, and different things like that. Where a couple of the party members have participated in different things.
Got it. Alright. Well, eventually I'd like to head there.
Understood.
But I have a couple questions for Kembe.
That's perfectly fine. I'll play the part of Kimbe right now.
Well, look, most of us are tired after fighting that thing. I know you were in a stupor the whole time, but we're not exactly in the condition to back it up. So put that on hold for a day, and then when we're all better.
Well, I didn't mention that out loud.
Yeah. He
Oh.
didn't mention any of this.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Then I'll just go ahead and repeat what I said about the Misadventure. Just make sure we solve our vessel.
We'll certainly check.
So, Lasmina steps outside with you, and
Did we agree that we were going to meet up at the Misadventure?
yes,
Okay.
I believe that can be
Alright. Just want to make sure of that.
inferred. But you're right.
I should point out, my character doesn't know that.
Yeah.
And my character has also never been to that.
Oh
show.
yeah, you're not here.
And
He's right
he was
outside.
there for it. His character hasn't been on the show.
Okay, so I have 3 questions for Kembe.
You're still here. Let me do that one more time. You're still here. Wow, that's a lot harder on the throat than I thought. You're still here?
Yes, I have questions 3 for you.
And I have riddles 3, but you don't see me asking them.
I am bucking tradition. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to ask them.
I will answer as best as possible, but we will see what we can do.
Okay, so I believe the last time we were in this shop, a gnomish friend of mine ordered, I believe, a sword in a can.
Yeah, a can sword.
Can sword. He is no longer with us.
Ooh, well that's terribly sorry.
So I was wondering, I guess I have 4 questions. I was wondering about the provenance of that item, or I should say, whether or not I can acquire that item.
It was a can with a sword in it. There's not much else to do.
Alright, so the sword was not
It was definitely a cranberry sword.
Does it have any special properties besides being cranberry?
It tasted like cranberry.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, then that actually answers my second question. My third question.
Well, seeing that you asked a lot of questions just with your first question, I'm curious how long we're going to be for the other ones.
Two. So 3.
6, 7, 8.
Do you know of any organization in Slant that has a sizable army for hire?
Maybe he does.
That's a question. That's a big question.
Short question.
It depends upon the context of what you think short and big is. It's all relative.
I suppose that's true.
What's your fourth?
I plan on attacking Lich Queen and dethroning her.
That's not a question.
That's not a question. That's more of a statement.
Well, I thought you asked me.
Oh no. Question 4.
Oh, question 4.
I'm gonna work on question 3.
All right. Question 4 is: could you tell me where, I don't know your name, Thumper, where Thumper is currently at this present moment?
Outside. He's literally outside the door.
Okay, thank you. All right. So, question 3: should I come back?
I would suggest that'd probably be a good place to come back on.
Okay.
Like I said, big question, maybe a little answer.
All right.
Character. This is just a
Did I say so?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like not her name.
Oh, got it. I don't know why that happened. My mind is
So-
elsewhere. Anyway, well, good day, Master King.
Good day to you, Granny. I mean, sorry, Granram.
So,
Granny's the one that I can't tolerate. You're still here.
yeah,
So Lasmina steps outside and immediately sees Thumper. It's been like a minute right outside of Kimbe's shop. Like I said, you haven't been teleported far, but you have been teleported out of his shop.
Is there a marker outside that I know that it's his shop?
Yes.
That I'm probably just I'm praying at the wall.
You're praying,
I'm praying at the wall.
You're praying at the. So Lasmina opens the door, sees you out there, paying homage to the wall of Kimbe's shop. It's like, you do understand you may not be inclined to receive your praise at the moment.
I'm not messaging him.
This is very, very true. So, seeing that we will not be able to return to, and at this point, I would say that Granny Goodberry came out of the shop, kind of like right behind Lasmina, and you see them discuss. It's like, as Rummage is no longer a viable option for you to stay at, would you like to come with us for the rest of the travels? I know I've hired you, but I wish to actually formally ask you.
What?
Do you wish to join us?
I've been with you the whole time.
Answers my question. Rather than being hired, I wanted to formally invite you. So, perfect. Well, we can use your assistance if possible. Granny, you wanted forks, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you go about trying to find forks? This is your first time here. This has not existed in any of your previous escapades.
This is the Astral. It's full of like planar travelers. So, yeah. Basically, just go around looking for like a library or like some information about like any place that had information about the planes, like maybe a plaza, bulletin board, maybe something.
Okay.
And just sort of following until I find like just sort of like following the trail. find like the method of transport.
Okay.
You have a Chamber of Commerce?
Make a investigation check.
Can I aid her on hers instead?
You make an investigation check.
All right, I'll give myself guidance. Well, that's good. That's 21.
Okay.
You know, minus one.
Yeah.
So
Yours has me.
Yeah.
As
the
you-
smaller travel with you, that looks hard.
as you begin wandering around, asking people and whatnot, you're being semi-subtle with it. You're not trying to be outright. It's like, I'm looking for a place to find all the information on the plains.
I haven't summoned the squad.
Exactly. You are asking, and a couple of people will eventually say, "Well, there's, I'm sorry, ma'am. I think, I'm sorry. You're semi-off-putting. Ma'am.
Please continue.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but the only person that speaks about the plains around here, other than some of Rummage's personal men, are Garut. Garut. And I truly can't trust with any form of. Oh my God, is she going to stare at me like this the entire time? And Yasmina's like, yes. It's like, I don't trust him with personal information. I have to go now. I do apologize. And you see him start to wander and just walk off in no particular direction, just anywhere away from you.
Garrett.
Noted. Yes. So that is the case there. Let's go back to Grand Ram and Lumen. Lumen, you are cleaning up the shop, and it's nice. The idea is this is something that you used to do inside the temple that you grew up in, and different things like that, where you learned your Palatine ways.
Alright, everything straightened up?
It looks decent by your standards, which are fairly high. It might be cleaner than when you actually came in.
Everything okay now, Kimbe?
As you look around for him, he is not in there. There are shelves. There are multitudes of shelves, all open backed with just spaced like 4 to 5 inches in between them are these silver cans that you've seen before. Cans. He's still been in Kimbe shop. You're the only one that was kicked out.
I was gonna buy some cranberries. Alright.
And oh, you correct. Okay. As you say that behind you, it's like you wanted cranberries.
Oh, there you are, Kimbe.
Of course. What? Yes, cranberries.
Yeah, I wanted to buy some more cans for cranberries.
Oh, more rations for the cranberries.
Yeah.
That's perfectly understandable. 3 shelves back, third from the top. The top 6 are all cranberries.
Alright, how much?
Oh, it's just a silver piece per can.
Okay. Can you break a gold? Oh, you have change for a gold.
I believe I can do this.
Now you know, you can keep the change. It's apology for what happened earlier.
Well, thank you very much.
Alright, so 6 cans of cranberries. I'll be back in.
Sure.
Alright. Well, it's good to see you again, Kimbe. Hopefully, next time we visit, we won't drop in so suddenly.
That'd be much appreciated. You make a big of a ruckus. I was trying to sleep.
Sorry. See you later.
Goodbye. Grand Rim?
So is the misadventure on the way to Slant's headquarters?
It is not.
Rummage Sword. Okay, well.
It's in the opposite direction.
All right. Where is Thumper?
Thumper, I think, is with, I believe, is with Grand Ram in Lasmina because she requested you to join them. Huh? It is not. It's probably about midday, maybe right after midday.
Okay. Well, I mean, they all came out, right?
I came out after, probably a minute or so after last one.
Granted.
Granted, because I was at the club. I don't know about Lumen. Well, Lumen straightened up, so I'm sure.
Lumen's been cleaning for a while.
Oh, then I was off wandering about.
By yourself?
Yeah, I've got some ideas.
Okay, okay. So,
I'd be looking for an equivalent to something on Stone Ring.
okay. So you do not see him there.
Okay.
You
Well
don't-
then, all right. Do I know that? Do I remember or know the name of one of Rummage's lieutenants?
You didn't really catch any of the names of any of their of his lieutenants at the beforehand. You may be able to dig up some information on some names, but as far as just them being, just having names, you're not sure. Is that something you'd like to try?
I would like to attempt to at least find out that information.
All right. Make an investigation check.
For me, I'm not saying I'm some psychic, but I was on to something. For me, bands are always different.
That would be 17.
17. Make a charisma check for me, real fast. It's not a high DC. It's just so that you don't look creepy.
Oh, 14.
Okay. So the charisma check was just so that like you didn't come off as like being overly pushy or anything. So you begin asking around. A couple of interesting notes that you pick up is that there is no word that Rummage is no longer at the center plaza. There's no like that he is still under control.
Okay, so they believe Rummage is still in control.
Correct. Because he was the one who built Slant, he built all of this, and he established all of this. Recently, any kind of words or any kind of things coming out from the center have been from a elf named Conal. C-O-N-A-L. Conal Xylan.
Say that again? Or repeat, or spell that again?
C-O-N-A-L-L. Conal Xylan. Z-Y-L-L-E-N.
Connell.
Xylan. And one of the things, he's the one who's been recently giving out any of Rummage's orders, declaring him his second. And it's true, he has been the second for a while. And he's an extremely formal person. He's not like Rummage where there's a lot of crudities to him. So that's some decent information. Probably not all the lieutenants, but at least it's one of the higher ones that you might be able to look into. All right. You are looking for a blacksmith shop.
Blacksmith and/or purveyor of semi-common magical items.
Okay. Make a investigation check. Lumen, what are you doing after?
14.
Okay. Just asking you so you can think about what you want to do.
Okay. Well, I'd head to the Misadventures, but if there's a shop on armor shop on the way, I can do some weapon shopping.
Make an investigation check for me. And so you start looking around trying to find something. You find a very, very You find a small shop.
I would like an axe user from Fire Emblem.
And it seems to be like, it seems to be baubles. Yeah, like oddities and nothing like straight up saying, hey, we sell magic items, but
Like a cabinet of curiosities.
huh?
Like a cabinet of curiosities.
Pretty much. It's called the Nutty Hippogriff.
Is there a hat of disguise?
Oh, well, you haven't gone in.
Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go in.
Okay, as you go in, there is a big difference in the,
Atmosphere.
yeah, let's say that. There was disarray and just a weird combination of people walking around and wandering on the street. Inside, it's the same thing, but it's with just piles of, yes, with piles of just crap. There are books up to the ceiling on some spots. Some you assume are load-bearing books. With the
It's a bookstore in New Orleans.
well, if it were just books, you'd say that. But in different parts of these book stands, you see that they have these stands that have been jammed into the center, where books have been removed quickly, and then a stand was put in, so that it would keep the book stack still standing. You see a pile of what looks like marbles inside of one corner, just up in the side of it. You see hats, you see clothing, some in piles, some on actual coat racks, different things like that. And you see this small gentleman sitting on a counter, arms at his side, and he just looks at you. He doesn't seem to be a race that you've seen before.
Is he about the size of like a gnome or?
He is. So, what you doing?
What?
So, what you doing? What you doing?
Oh.
So,
Just having a look.
ask if you have any questions.
You got anything interesting?
Everything interesting at the Nutty Hippogriff.
Like,
I've got a marble over there that always rolls unless it's around other marbles. That's pretty interesting.
huh.
So, what you doing?
I'm just gonna have a look around.
Okay. Ask any questions. And as you walk around the shop, you see like I said, the arms are still at his side. It is whatever this is cross-legged on this counter, and his head is just following you. Eyes seem to be unblinking the entire time.
So he's a fucking owl though.
Not a gnome.
I mean, he's the size of a gnome, he's an owl person.
Maybe. So as you're walking towards the misadventure, you start going after cleaning up the shop. It's been a while, been a little bit, and what was your investigation check?
14.
You think you catch a sign off in the distance saying shielded something. You didn't catch the full name of it, unfortunately, because it's kind of off the beaten path away from the where your ship is.
check it out another time. I gotta get back to the room.
Okay. So you continue going. It doesn't take long, but between everyone looking around for their own individual information and whatnot, you get to the ship. It seems to be still tied off, but you do see that there's a notice on the side of it.
Who gets there first?
Huh?
Who gets there first?
Just you.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll take a look at the notice then.
As you pull the notice off the side of the main mast of the ship, it's like your ship has been deemed as unsafe and should not be used for travel. As long as the required fines are unmet, you will not be allowed to leave port.
Who's noted on the?
Huh?
Who's noted on the notice?
The Office of Rummage.
Wait. I guess we'll settle that matter another time. I guess I noticed nobody else has made it.
As you're looking around and whatnot, and you're looking for someone else, sir, it's like, is this your vessel?
Hey there.
Well,
Yes,
hey there to you too.
Yeah, this is our ship, the Misadventure.
Well, it is a beautiful ship, I know. But it has been deemed unfit for sale in its current condition. And it should be made ready. And also, we've been docked here for a number of days.
Yeah, we had to do some business elsewhere. Bit unexpected, but we're willing to settle the fines. How much do we owe for the dock?
For an overdue fines and because of the condemned nature of your ship.
I'm not sure how that factors into it, but okay.
Because we cannot allow for unsafe travel away from Slant.
Well, if we need to decommission the ship, that's fine, but as long as we pay for the space, it doesn't seem like it should matter what condition the ship itself is in.
I do not make the rules, I just enforce them.
Very well.
But the fine comes out to about, you see him pull out a piece of paper and he starts writing down, doing some math. About 20,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to speak to your superior about that.
If that is the case, that is perfectly fine. You can submit a form in order to speak with them. It takes typically about 4 to 5 days to process the basic form, which has to be done in triplicate, and you have to pay for the forms up front.
How much are the forms?
100 gold pieces each.
So lucky I'm not. I'd have murdered him when he said 20,000. Before he said 20,000. I'd have murdered him before he said 20,000 gold pieces.
So, that is the case.
So-
It takes 4 to 5 days to process, and then it may take a month to see and to hear your case out. At which time the fines will have increased because of the number of days your ship has still been in dock.
And this is under Rummage's organization, correct?
Of course, everything is run by Rummage.
Like I'd find where there's
Okay.
stand aside.
Is there anything else that I can do for you, sir? Would you like to pay for the paperwork now, and I can bring it to you?
Simulacrum. That would be very expensive. Simulacrum.
How much is it in soul stones?
Well, I don't know. This edition, but previous editions, high-level wizards could actually create.
Depends. How many do you have? You see him like he pulls up like his hand and he's literally biting on his fingers now.
I have 20 available.
That could process about half of the fine, and we can discuss the other half later. I just need the soul stone now.
He's bribing.
No, I'm not bribing him. Soul stones is a currency of the astral plane.
Yeah, he doesn't know that he's writing.
That's the case there, because he's intending this as a bribery.
Oh.
So, you can pay that now, and we will discuss the other half later.
I don't want to make an impartial payment.
Impartial payments are perfectly fine.
If you say so. If you can go ahead and bring out the forms, we'll settle this.
Do you wish to pay for half of it?
Once you bring the forms, I'll pay you the soul stones.
Of course. He starts walking off very briskly, and then his speed increases significantly. So, you got your information that you were looking for. Garut.
I go to the misadventure, I guess. Or I have Lasmina go to the misadventure.
Okay,
I have
last
no
name.
clue what that even is.
Oh, it's like you ask her about it and whatnot. It's like that is our vessel. That is how we have traveled through the astral thus far. You should probably become acquainted with it yourself.
Oh, I should point out, when I went off, I don't know that they said misadventure.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Seems inefficient, but sure.
Well, it's easier to make sure that you get back to it. So, a couple minutes are walking. The entire time you and Lasmina have been discussing things. Make a perception check for me.
14.
Okay. So, as you're walking, you notice two figures that have been following behind you. As you very noticeably turn around to look at one of them, you see it's Holt. He's been following you the entire time, mostly enamored about this entire town because it's so much more lively than Sigil ever was, at least for him. So he's like, "What's this? Is this something? Can we do this?"
This stuff actually allowed to go on.
Exactly. And you also see this very, very disheveled person. That seems to be hobbling from one barrel to another barrel, trying to hide, but not doing it well.
Is he recognizable, or?
Oh, you have no clue who the hell he is.
Alright. Alright. I turn to Lasmina. So we have Hogue behind us, and also some chump.
It's like, oh, dear, do you wish to speak to some chump?
How do you speak to him?
I believe direct would probably be the most appropriate response.
Sure.
Direct would be the most appropriate way. But you have I'm believing that you said sure, and you have started moving towards this person.
Yeah.
And Lasmine is like, but you have a tendency of scaring people. And you walk up, and the person.
Yeah, that's why I said, alright, how about you talk to him?
Oh. No.
As Granny's prodding.
Yeah. So, I would say that you get closer to this person, and they are still behind, like, this barrel in a corner, just looking at you, like, just over the corner, and they see you, just see their eyes come up, and they're just like, I heard you were looking for me.
Well, who are you hiding from?
Oh, you didn't sneak up, so...
No, I know.
He said to you, I heard you were looking for me.
I don't think so.
I am the fabulous traveler Garut.
Oh.
I have many eyes and many ears, and people discuss things with me.
My business is quite simple.
Make a perception check and an insight check.
Perception first, I guess. That's a 22. That's cocked. That's, do I have insight in this character? I do not. That's a 19.
Okay. So, as you're looking over him, you catch a glance of his entire... He has clothes that is ratty, and they are hanging on in tethers.
I have a particular affinity for the disgusting and terrible people.
I understand. I'm just explaining myself.
No, I'm just flavoring my understanding of this.
Yes. So, skin is covered in dirt. Nails are long and disheveled. You see this interesting little mesh metal-like material that's around his head, but with hair that seems to wire out and go over the top of it. As you're actually talking, it's like he actually does seem to have somebody that's relaying information to him. Probably doesn't actually work for him. He probably thinks he does, but he's just like, hey, Groot, someone's asking about you. What the hell did you do? You know?
Wait, so is that person there, or is that just...
No,
like
this is what you're
All right,
inferring.
yeah.
Because he doesn't look like the kind of person that would have any kind of clout.
Alright.
So you're looking for the fabulous traveler Groot?
Yes, the fabulous traveler.
And he stands up and he shuffles his clothing, and there's not much to it. So as he's doing it, you see pieces are ripping off of it. And he's like, well, my name is Groot, and he bows. It's like, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Now, we have to...
Oh, no. Introductions first. I am the king.
Fascinating. Well, I curtsy.
You curtsy.
With my shawl. I can't really bend over.
Understood. It's like, I appreciate the gesture. What can I do for you?
Now, we have quite a simple matter. Surely such a fabulous traveler and a king of many lands would...
I king one land, I don't king many. Do you know how
Oh.
crazy that would be to king many?
It's a state of mind, of course. I see it happening in the future.
I love that statement. Thank you so much. As you are going, flattery will get you everything.
Now, we were looking for some particular type of tuning forks for the certain planes throughout the cosmos.
As you are looking at him, you see him twitching from time to time. It's subtle enough that it's like not spastic, but it's just like, oh god, like
He's got little Tourette's.
possibly,
Now, surely such a wonderful traveler.
possibly.
Sometimes just a little bit.
Now, surely such a wonderful person and a king and the king of many lands will...
Many possible lands, not many lands currently.
It's a state of mind.
Oh, yeah,
as
Yes.
I said.
Yes, it is.
It's a certainty. Can you provide something for us as simple and brainless as some forks?
I have many forks. And you see him start pulling out dining room forks. It's like, I have many forks.
Now, we are looking for some very particular ones.
Oh, these are special. I took them from different areas as I traveled. They were bequeathed to me. But my most precious item is my
Your what?
my crown. And he takes it off, and as you're looking at it, it looks musty. Like, you know, musty is like this, like you can't smell it, but it looks like what must should. Like, it visibly looks musty. It's dingy, it is cracked, and it is falling apart almost. But this is my most important item.
Fabulous. Why is it so important to you?
Hi, it caused me to rule. Would you like it?
Now, am I truly impressed upon you that I'm someone worthy of such a gift?
Oh, I am done with ruling. I wish to go fall.
Go follow?
Fall.
Fall.
Fall. You know, great kings are remembered by their fall. That's why I don't want to rule many kingdoms. I just want to fall once.
But those who fall hardest are the best remembered.
Exactly. So I wish to just fall. I wish to be the last great king of Garut.
Very well, I will accept this responsibility.
And I bequeath one. What is your name, mistress?
My name is Granny Gonorrhea. You may have heard it before.
It's like, no, I haven't. But you are now Queen Granny Gonorrhea. And you see him kneel and hand the hat out.
I take it. Hey, look up. Oh, the effects again. Real quick.
You have to attune.
Yeah.
You have to attune to this item.
That is a thing that I shall do. Is that something you can do while walking, by the way?
No.
Alright. Do I have it saved? No, I have There it is. Alright. Alright. And I put it on my head.
It is for all intents and purposes, not pretty. But for you, definitely works.
Yeah, if it's a theme.
It
So-
fits your theme, yes. But it is not. It is dingy.
Now, before you go off and die a horrible and agonizing death.
Oh, I plan to.
Now, as I said, we are looking for what sounds do your folks make?
It makes a ringing sound, and then one makes a swashy sound. One makes a blowy sound.
I'll take all of them.
That'll be 400 gold pieces.
Let's meet it.
That seems kind of expensive for. Are we sure?
We'll get whichever ones you want.
I would take the one that sounds like wind, please. I guess. And it's like, and with a, it's like, that will only be 2 gold. And he hands us the one that's. You have a pleasant day. I will proceed to fall. And he takes his 2 gold coins and just darts off, one in each
He
hand.
places them over his eyes.
He darts off, one in each hand. It's like, this will pay the ferry. And he is gone.
Used to be silver pieces. Jesus.
Hey, inflation's a bitch.
I know. Alright.
So yeah,
It's a lot
it's like,
further to row.
I feel like we had quite a productive day.
I have no clue. I have no clue what happened, Granny. Can you please explain this to me?
We'll be able to test this fork out later.
If you say so. You see her stick it in her belt loop, and it's just like, shall we?
Yes. After we rest, I'll hold on to that. It could be quite useful.
You continue moving towards the misadventure. Grand Ram.
Okay.
While we are moving, I do elaborate on the point of it and
Yeah, the idea of planar travel and whatnot through using
and that we can guess to where it goes, but the important part is that we have
in emergency.
yes. For right now, I prefer to have
It's a GTO.
have something consistent, but
Yeah.
Basically, going where we
Yeah, exactly.
what I prefer is that to have a tuning fork to the Feywild because it's lovely this time.
Hopefully it's not the only one planet Earth. Alright, so.
It's probably gonna be on a plane of air, which is gonna be a lot worse.
So I go to Rummage's compound.
As you begin approaching, you see it's heavily guarded.
Okay.
They had guards and they had people there, and the Coliseum was open as well at that time. It is not.
Okay.
People are not being let in.
I see.
The casino is still open, but you see that there are more people, more armed guards than usual.
Okay.
And you approach, and you have a weapon now. You do have your weapons on your side and whatnot, right?
Yeah, well, I have a long sword and a long bow.
It's like, halt.
Yes.
I do apologize, but there are no weaponry allowed inside of the casino.
Alright. Would there be any chance of me speaking with Connell Zylan?
What business do you have with Connell?
I know the locations of Rummage.
The locations?
Yes.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
That is a 17.
Okay.
Well, one of them's here, and one of them's here, and one of them's there.
And one of them's right here.
If you would, please hold. and I will see if he has a minute for you. Watch him. And he walks away, and you see, like, there seems to be two guards that, like, this one wasn't exactly, he wasn't a big dude. The two that have now come up are almost twice his size.
So they were like normal sized people?
Yes.
Just goblins?
No, his people aren't goblins. He was a goblin.
Okay, so they're still normal sized people.
Yeah.
They're twice the size of a goblin.
Yeah, close.
I sit and meditate.
Okay. As you are waiting, how's it going? Oh yeah, no, we stream this. So.
And we're on YouTube.
As you are meditating and you are waiting, after about like 15-20 minutes, the same guard comes out. It's like, Connell will not be able to see you at the moment. He seems to be indisposed, but he is interested in your statements.
I see.
He wishes to see you later this evening, probably over dinner if possible.
Dinner.
Correct.
I see. Out of character, how long is that?
You get the general idea, probably about 2-3 hours, maybe. It's not like a terribly long time. Slant isn't massive though,
Okay.
so literally traversing it doesn't take long.
I will sit and meditate for 2-3 hours.
Okay. You
In front of the gate.
huh?
In front of the gate.
Yeah. So if you wish, could you please move to the side a little bit?
I don't pay attention.
I understand. So you're at the Nutty Hippogriff. It's like, and the eyes are still following you.
There were hats, right?
Correct.
Okay. What kind of hats?
As you're looking at the different hats, there is a large top hat. There seems to be a bowler hat. There seems to be a almost beret-like hat, an admiral hat. There seems to be a large array of hats.
I'm going to ask the guy, is there anything in particular
Yeah.
special about these hats?
They cover your head.
So they,
Some do other things, but I'm not positive.
which ones?
I forgot. I collect many things.
Is there anything here that does more than just what it looks like it does?
I have a marble that moves all the time and left surrounded by other marbles.
Do you have anything other than marbles that you know about?
I have this flask.
What's the flask?
It holds air.
Like a lot of air or just like a normal air?
It's a lot all at once. He puts it down. And then I have a coin.
What does the coin do?
He pulls up like this fairly large coin. It can be lucky or unlucky. But that's it.
Okay. Anything else?
That's pretty much it. Like I said, a couple of the hats do other things.
Do you have any goggles?
I have normal goggles.
Normal goggles?
Normal goggles.
How much for those two things?
Oh, 40,000
40,000 what?
gold.
How much for each one?
The coin is 15. The flask is the rest. 25. I math.
Yeah, I'm good.
Come back again. Ask for Henry. I'm the only one that sits on the counter. Oh God, it's hard doing him. Ah.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Ryan, you're just a giant fan.
Okay.
So, as you do what? What are you doing now?
I'll look for another kind of shop like that with someone less stupid in it.
Make an investigation check.
14.
As you begin looking around for other shops, you find a couple of magic shops, but they're mostly meant for. Yeah, they have spell books. They have spell rolls, scrolls, not even high level ones, and then ingredients and stuff like that. It seems like the Nutty Hippogriff, while the owner, the proprietor of it is not exactly all up there. It seems that he's got probably the most interesting array of things.
So there might be magic there, there might not be.
Quite possibly.
Okay.
He is a hoarder. So I'm going to say that takes a little while, probably like another hour or so to do all that. Lumen, after about 30 minutes, the same gentleman comes up and says, Sir, I have your forms for you. Here you go.
Here.
So if you wish, you can just pay the other 10,000 gold pieces.
Oh. Wait a minute.
Slice his throat.
Oh wait.
Yes, the forms weren't for the soul stones wouldn't have paid for the forms. They would have paid for them too much. But I mean, if you give me the bag of the stones, we can do half the payment for everything else. I will work the paperwork out myself.
Let me see what I have to offer for the rest of the payment.
Then I need payment on the scroll, the paperwork, please.
That was 600, right?
Correct.
Okay, I can afford that. I start pulling out the money for the.
Make an insight check.
You have to remember, Lumen's gullible.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. This is feeding into it.
Disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah. All of this is true.
Oh, but I have advantage. I have proficiency in insight.
Okay.
So that's a 12.
All right. So with a 12, you can visibly see him getting agitated.
Is something wrong, sir?
I am trying to assist you. I am trying to help.
Oh.
I am literally trying to get this done.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, sir.
It's perfectly understandable. You seem like a nice gentleman. If you give me the soul stones, I can make this go away.
Oh, okay. Oh, here. Yes. Here you go.
Don't worry about any of the paperwork. And he leaves. Make a perception check.
Okay. 8.
Okay. Granny, make a perception check as you're walking up to the misadventure.
16.
Okay, you see this gentleman that seems to be in fairly formal attire with this bag near his mouth, and you just see him putting whatever the contents are into his mouth and chewing on it. Whatever it is, they're hard and crunchy.
What a loser, right, Plasmina?
I
Say this loudly.
believe so. I'm not sure. I guess he's to his own means. So you get to the ship, and Lasmina is looking around, and it's like, have you seen my brother?
He hasn't made it back yet. I had to take care of some business with the dock worker. Apparently the Misadventures needs to be condemned. again.
Oh, delightful.
Or is condemned. Well,
Well, let's cut the restraints and get on.
don't we have business here first?
Oh, we need to sleep.
Well, yes, but
As you proceed
also,
to discuss
I believe Ram wanted to have some business as well.
This may be a dumb question as well. Has anyone seen Thumper? Because
No.
he does not know about the ship as well.
Wait, did nobody tell him?
I thought someone else would.
I mean, I was in the shop. I couldn't exactly do it.
These are all valid points. Oh God. So give me a moment. You see her start waving her hands.
Message.
No.
Sending.
Yes.
Message would be pretty useless right now.
Yeah, I think with sending you can actually talk about.
Message you can too. It just is
It's gotta be
limited with a
It's
distance.
extremely limited. Sending can actually go to different planes of existence.
So she casts sending and she sends it first to you, Grand Ram. And she's like, brother, I do apologize. I know that you're probably doing something that is highly needed for the current cause. But I was curious where you are at. Just wanted to make sure that you're safe and everything. And if you have seen Thumper, to grab him and bring him back to the misadventure. He has wandered off on his own. You can reply to this.
I am attempting to infiltrate. I am outside the compound of Rummage. I have an appointment to see his second in command. I'm going to attempt to negotiate the borrowing of his organization for our cause. As for my safety, I cannot guarantee that. As for Thumper, I have not seen him since he was teleported outside of the shop.
I'm sending. I think I took way long for a sending message.
Sending has no limitation.
Really? I'm pretty sure.
Nope.
What was the thing we sent that we did sending, but we were limited to like 25 words?
Oh, it is 25 words.
Yeah.
I apologize. It literally states it in the very beginning. I apologize.
The message is 25 words.
So, let me try my message back again. So, just checking on you, brother. Want to make sure you're safe. We are missing Thumper. If you see him, send to the misadventure. Thank you.
Gotta have that.
And
It's a polite message.
is your response the same?
Oh, yeah,
He's got to shorten it. I will give you a second because it'll take a second to think of a proper response.
Does he know that's 25 words or less?
Yes, because we dealt with. I composed the message to Rummage.
Alright.
Plus, it's reasonable to expect that Grand Ram to be familiar with what last meaning can do.
So
Well, they must have
she
grown
sends
up.
you a message.
So,
Thumper?
the spell might not get something good.
I hope you are safe.
In context, Grand Ram doesn't make as much.
If you would, please meet me at Kimbei's shop so that I can bring you to the misadventure. Thanks. Either or, you can respond first. It doesn't matter. If you want a second.
Approximately how long from when she talked to me to when I can meet?
Probably another hour and a half. Get that general idea.
Oh.
My sword damage did increase a little bit.
Thumper. So why don't we'll take a quick 5. It's 4:30 almost anyways. I know we started like 15 minutes late.
I don't want my response to just literally be that guy that texts, hey,
Okay. 25 Ks.
Cranberries, cranberries, cranberries. cranberries.
All right. So we'll take a 5-minute break. That way you can compose your return statement. You may not know that it's only 25 words or less. Just FYI. And we'll be right back.
If you're planning a one-word response anyway, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
What would the
Make an Arcana check.
21?
Really?
I am a proficient with Arcana.
How the heck?
Cleric.
Really?
Arcana domain.
Arcane cleric.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. So
Wait, can't you?
in
use-
all your wisdom from Kimbe.
Message, but not sending.
Yeah.
Sending is
And-
actual spell, message is cantrip.
mhm. So in all your wisdom that you've acquired from now worshiping Kimbe, you get the thought that there's probably some kind of limitation to this spell. And it probably is based around how many words you can use to respond back. So, we'll take a quick 5, and we'll be right back.